Hello again, welcome back. This is video 5 and here we have our apple painting from video 4. And so in this video I want to show you how to add texture to the apple. It looks a bit too airbrushed at the moment. So let me just hold down the space bar and the command key and I'll just zoom in. Oh, hang on, it wants to go to this tool here, sorry. Let me try that again. Right, yeah, I just realized you have to be on the right tool before this works. So I'm just going to zoom in so you can see it nice and big. And if I just hold the space bar, you can have a look at the apple. Let's just go a bit closer to the apple. You can see the speckle pattern. The apple skin has this very faint light texture. And so that's going to add a little bit of realism to our one. So let's just go back and see how we can do this. I might just drag my layer palette out of the way and bring it closer to here. You can actually resize these. They're called dockers in Krita. I call them palettes, but you can resize them. But you can see quite clearly if I zoom in that we have the apple photo on one layer and we have the painting on another layer. And this eye symbol means that you can actually hide the layer. It doesn't get rid of it, it hides it. So let's just go back. And let's look at texture. All right, so I've got my brush tool selected. First thing, I want to choose a very light color texture. So maybe a kind of really off-white eggshell color, something like that. That's my foreground color chosen. Now, the brush I want to use, I've been using the basic hard round brush for the shape of the apple, and I've been using the airbrush brush for the rendering, for the highlights and shadows. So now I want to scroll down and I'm looking for a textured brush and something that will give me the little stippling effect. And I found one earlier. It's called texture pointillism. This one here. So I'm just going to give that a go and see what that creates. So again, once you've chosen your brush, just click outside the drop-down menu to go back to your working area. Now, if I start clicking over the apple, you'll see I'm getting these, actually it's press and drag, not clicking. If I start pressing and dragging, I'm getting these really obviously cream white dots, which is what I don't want. So I'm just going to go Command Z a number of times to get rid of that. Now, you might remember from earlier, we bring down the opacity and that will give us lighter dots. Let me just zoom in so you can really see what I'm doing here. So with the opacity right down, let's go a bit stronger. You can now see that the little dots, the pointillism dots with this textured brush are very faint. You can vary it. You can vary the opacity, have some less opaque than others. You can also increase the size. So you can have big fat dots and little skinny ones. I'll bring the opacity up a bit more. Okay, and so that gives you an idea of how you can simulate some texture. Now, I'm just learning how to use these brushes, so I'm sure there are probably better brushes, but this one's not too bad. This one does create some sort of resemblance to the apple skin texture. So let's just zoom back out, and yeah, you can see that's coming together really well. So have a go at that and see if you can experiment with different brushes and apply some texture to the apple. And don't forget, everything I've been doing up to now has been with the alpha channel locked. So this little icon here, that has to be visible, that has to be showing, because that way you only paint within the shape of the apple and not around it. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Have fun and we'll talk soon.